World Turns.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Queers and Soaps. We are now in 1988 for As the World Turns. I am joined by my fellow co hosts.
Happy New Year, Eric.
Yes, his name is Happy New Year, Eric. We are covering As the World Turns, like I said, from January 4th to January 11th, 1988. There are 5 episodes that we watch. So let's roll the credits. All right, I need to know what you think because I already told you what I thought.
Good episodes. I feel like there's still drama with Babs, and of course we have stupid Holden and Lily.
Oh my gosh, I had a lot to say with that. I was like, Lily, run, Lily, run.
Well, she just asked for it though. She knew he was going to be there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All he was doing was putting Christmas decorations away, and he just had to be there. I did like that Holden kind of suspected that he wasn't the father, like almost right away. He's like, can't be that quick. I mean, whereas supposed to be honest, as a woman, yes, it does happen that quick, but
it only takes one time.
It only takes one time, but right?
I think he overheard I think he overheard Emily tell Paul that it was James's or something, I think. So he already had known that it was James' baby, I thought. So it was just a matter of like Emily coming clean about it. And I guess he knows why she doesn't want to, but at the same time he's treating her like kind of shitty because of it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Emily's been through a lot, but not that he cares, so.
Yeah. So January 4th, it doesn't seem like we missed anything. So there must have either got something going on or who knows.
Probably.
So Meg is getting ready for her Antonio's party. She's kind of having what is it? PTSD?
PTSD, yeah.
About when nobody came to her party. Her Antonio's wedding party. So like people aren't showing up on time. She's like, nobody's coming, blah blah blah. But people do come. So
or is
Megan,
it ATPD? Post-traumatic party syndrome.
That would be PTPS.
Yeah.
So she's putting everything into this party, and she's also putting everything in trying to give Tonio a son. So she's probably going to have a daughter.
It doesn't work like that, Meg. It doesn't work like that. There's a 50-50 chance.
Right. Lucinda is still confronting Holden and Tonio about them trying to get Monica from her. Monica's company, whatever that is about. We don't know what these companies do exactly, but we know that her company is very important to their companies. That's all we really know. She also accuses him again of killing James. She really believes that he did it. Tonio, that is. I don't know why I want to call Tonio Naldo. Like every time, I don't know why. every time I watch, I'm like, oh, there's Naldo, and I'm like, wait, that's not his name. And it takes me like a minute or until somebody says his name, and I'm like, okay, that's his name. Margot tells Babs that she doesn't think that she killed James. That they're trying to still investigate and all of this stuff. Hal and Babs chat about stuff. She's preparing to go to jail, getting everything in order for Paul and whatnot. Weird. Emily defends Holden to Lucinda. Meg pushes for a baby, which we talked about. Franny's still around. She's working at the hotline still. And she's just kind of everybody's go-to girl. Like she's just talking to everybody, pepping everybody up. It's what Franny does. Everyone's making their plans for New Year's. Lila invites Margot over, and they say that they talked about bringing Tom over too. But then they ended up going to the Duncan's party, which is the castle party. These parties are weak. Like I don't know. For 80s parties, I just expected so much more, but literally they're over in 5 minutes.
Because we expected a lot because of Dynasty.
Right? From anything. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when you have a party, that's when shit should go down, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think
Shannon
Attack
is
the World Turns is like the more family oriented soap opera that it doesn't that like a lot of
focus on
times like
parties.
the parties are more domestic, like there's more domestic drama than there is like outright drama.
Right. Shannon asks Sabrina about Margaret's portrait. There's still like this perfume smell around it, and there's it cries. Um, Lisa and Earl celebrate their 1 year anniversary and then break up pretty much.
Yeah,
He says that he wants to go back into Interpol, and he leaves it up to her, like which is really shitty to do. Like you don't tell people that you love, like, oh, that's your decision, and knowing that it's going to make him unhappy if he doesn't. So it's like, what choice does she have?
yeah,
And she gives him a lot, or he gives her a locket, which was really cute. And then pretty much it's over. So I guess this is where like the end of the year, beginning of the year, where you have to fire people because we have Franny on her way out, it seems, and now Earl and somebody
yeah.
else. Oh, and Taylor had left
Well,
too. So
Taylor's been out. Yeah, she was out the last
yeah.
episodes. Um,
So yeah, it's like when
yeah,
you know the end of the year is when you have to fire everybody. um. So yeah, he wants to work Interpol. Blah blah blah. Jessica and Roy are on. They're still working to find the killer. We get to see James in this newly created flashback. I guess. I guess James is still on contract, so they have to still use him. So he pops on here and there. And talks about how Nick went in and found Paul's jacket, grabbed the gun, and then James ran for the gun on the floor. Nick shot him in the back, and this is just another theory of many theories that I'm sure we're gonna see for
I like
months.
the theory. The only thing is that we saw Nick burn,
Yeah. Well,
so
we
that's
saw.
where it. We saw somebody burn.
Yeah, and also remember we have that person threatening on the phone too, who claims to be Nick. So I don't know. That's weird too because like they haven't called back. So it's
Yeah,
real. I don't know where this story's going. I think it's just like I feel like it's almost like that Falcon one where it's like a slow,
burn.
painful burn
Mm-hmm.
that won't find out for months. Um, Nancy invites the cop dude over that I can never get his name right.
McCluskey.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
Yeah,
because they're like pairing
Tim
them up.
McCluskey. Yes,
Um,
I know his
Casey
name for a reason. So.
Casey's cousin Claudia comes to town for some reason. No one goes to Meg's, but then Emma shows up. Everybody comes in, trickling in. Emily and Holden come in. Pam and Mel, a new intern, come in.
Oh, hey
I'm like,
Mel, how you doing?
is
Nice
this
to meet
person gonna be
you.
somebody?
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if this is like a new character. I don't know. That's all I have for that one. January 5th, Emily asks Holden what he thinks about her being pregnant. So apparently she told him, but we didn't see her tell him, I don't think.
Yeah, one of these episodes. I think a few of these episodes were partials.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
Because she said she told him on like New Year's Eve, I think.
yeah, because we didn't
Um,
see anybody saying Happy New Year, so I think it cut
yeah,
at that last episode, the end of that last episode.
yeah, yeah, it's weird. I also think the time cut because now that it looks like they're 40 minutes instead of 42 or 43 minutes. A lot of the ones that we watched, it's weird.
Yeah, I noticed that the first episode was like 30 something minutes. So
Yeah,
I think it might have been a
well, that
partial.
one, yeah, that one was a partial, I think, but the rest of them were all like 40, where the other ones were like 42, 43 minutes.
Hmm.
So I guess they cut things, or I don't know.
Must be the new
Um,
implementation of commercials.
ugh, stupid ass commercials.
Though I do love the
Um,
throwbacks sometimes, but other than that,
yeah, yeah, I do too. Um, Hal mentions to Babs that Paul could have killed James. Babs is like, no, he couldn't have. Ambrose warns Ambrose Darling
Precisely.
warns Lucinda that she's in danger if Monica ends up going with Tonio and Holden's company. Again, we don't know what these people do.
Yeah.
Just that Monica's company is apparently important until I'm sure Monica's written out and then it's not important anymore. Moving onward. Josh Rad goes back to work. I guess he's in construction because he has like a construction hat on. I don't remember that. But Betsy's there too. I don't
I
know
thought he
if
was seeing Betsy, and
they were at work.
he just
They
wore
were
a
at
hard
work.
hat because everybody else has to in the area. That's what I got out of it.
No, because Betsy had one too. She had a hard hat too. So
Yeah,
I
but
guess they work
oh,
together.
okay. I think they might both work for it.
Yeah, I think she does like construction. I guess does she? She might do the layouts, but
Hmm.
it probably has to be there because she also goes away. You know, to where's Chicago? I think
Yeah,
every weekend. She hasn't talked about that though, so I don't know what's happening.
yeah.
Um, Emily suspects Holden might know the baby is James. James's. Not James the baby. That would be funny. Um, Kim asks Franny to spend time with Paul. She runs into Seth at the hospital. Of course, another awkward moment with Franny and Seth. Earl breaks the news to Shannon about going back into Interpol. Babs says bye to Paul. I feel like she says bye to Paul several times because I think I have that for the next episode too. It's a long goodbye.
Yeah.
Um, Hale opens up about his feelings for Babs to Margot. Duncan wants to get Shannon painted. Like he wants Sabrina to get this guy Colin, who was like her crazy ex,
Hmm.
to do a portrait of her to replace the one of Margaret. I don't think you should replace the one of Margaret. Why can't you have more? It's a fucking castle,
Yeah,
right?
just it's it's acres and acres of land. Like you can have a
Don't
lot of. You
piss
can have more than one.
don't piss off the ghost. Are
Don't piss
you
off the ghost, and
crazy?
also don't be like the Bold and the Beautiful, where the emphasis is on one photo, emphasis on one painting.
Yeah, right. Stephanie, I guess you're referring to.
Yep.
Um, Earl and Lisa say goodbye. Um, she has some kind of random flashback montage, and then she cries. So I guess they agreed on a long distance relationship.
I think so. But knowing Lisa, she'll bounce back.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if she gets many love interests after this.
She does.
Um, oh, another one. All right.
It's Lisa. Why do you think she is credited as Lisa and with no last name?
I don't know. I just thought she was pretty independent when I saw her in later years.
Well, yeah, that's because they wouldn't write for her. But like the '90s,
Hmm, that's a
I mean,
shame.
that's when some of that kind of starts too. So
Oh, good. Emily tells Holden that she's preggers. I guess officially, she had to see her doctor or whatever. I guess she wanted to put it in his head that she might be pregnant, which is what she started as.
yeah,
Shannon talks to the portrait and it responds.
dun dun dun.
I think this time it made a different noise than just crying. It sounded like it was almost like laughing or something. It was weird.
Yeah,
And then we have Babs's Judgment Day.
dun dun dun.
Um, January 6th, 1988. Babs says that she's not guilty, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why they let them talk. She's just supposed to be getting her sentencing. So, but
Yeah,
they
right.
do. Tom tries to help her out as well. He's like some kind of grounds for compassion. Like, I don't know. Which I don't think works because I feel like she got the same as she would have gotten without compassion up
Yeah.
to 10 years in prison.
Or
Um,
6 years. I think
parole.
yeah, parole will start in 6 years.
Yeah, she'll be up for parole in 6 years. Which isn't terrible.
It's not terrible, but Paul will be 50 by then. So
Yeah, I guess so.
knowing the soap opera time,
True. And they
she'll
saw
miss
us
like
then
all
another
of his
10 years.
teenhood, most of his adulthood.
Yeah, I guess she would miss like the crucial years at least.
Yeah, she'll miss his
Um,
graduation from high school that we never see.
Susan's on, and she's talking about like moving into Taylor's old apartment. Emily and Betsy surprise their grandmom with a trip to Zaire, where the granddad is.
Finally, on a soap opera, they mention the country in Africa and not just the word Africa as like as the whole country and not a continent. So yes, we
Yeah.
know where David is at. He is in Zaire.
Franny helps Tom. Um, what? Oh, through his feelings about the court because he's upset that Babs has to go to jail, and
Mm-hmm.
even though he kind of helped put her there, but you know, he still thinks that she did it though. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what he wants. He's very conflicted. Babs and Paul say goodbye.
Again.
Officially, it's really happening this time. Um, Hale transports Babs to the Women's County prison. Kim welcomes Paul to their house because Paul's staying there. Um, whatever, why he's there. He wants to pay to live there. He says they're like, no. He's like, it'll make me feel better. You know, my mom's setting me all up with this money, and it'll make me feel good to do that. Emily finds
Remember,
out about Babs.
Paul doesn't have James because James is dead right now,
Right?
and Kim is his aunt. I want to say,
Yeah, says Aunt.
yeah, I think Kim's his aunt. So like,
Because she's
he's
like your
like
family. You don't have to
he's
pay.
basically family. Yeah, he's basically
We don't
family. At this point.
we don't make Scott pay or whatever.
Andy.
Uh, Damn it! I can't do it. I cannot call
Scott
this
is
man
the
Andy.
actor. Just remember that Scott is married to Maura
You know,
West.
you know what it probably is. It's probably that he's hardly on and he doesn't do
Yeah,
anything when he is on. It's probably why I can't remember.
except he drinks.
Excuse me. Sorry. Um, Emily finds out about Babs, tells the family that she's pregnant before she like runs out the door. Betsy confides in Franny that she has the final divorce papers today. Finally, longest divorce in daytime history.
Right?
Lucinda tells
What a
Tonio,
great way to
and
begin 1988 for Betsy. That's sad.
yeah, the year that she leaves, which she might as well because she doesn't do anything anyway.
Basically, yeah.
Lucinda tells Tonio and Meg she hired a PI to see who killed James, which
Good.
doesn't really go anywhere right now because he's not in the next couple episodes. And Hale, of course, tells his feelings to Babs. I guess because she's going to prison, and
Yeah,
might as well.
might as well,
She
yeah.
can just stew in there and think about how she has a man out there loving her.
And now, part two of As the World Turns.
How come he didn't tell me this sooner? How come we weren't friends sooner? How come we weren't lovers sooner?
Yeah, pretty much. 1888. Lucinda and John are on.
Mm-hmm.
She still talks about um, who killed James. They don't really talk about anything much.
I like when
Hold
she
it.
hugged him and he was like he had a headache. So I have
Oh,
to rewind it because like I thought she had hit him by accident with her head, but it was just a reaction of like, no, don't hug me, I have a headache.
um, Holden and Lily seem civil in this episode. I guess they're, not sniping at. Well, he's not sniping at her because he usually does because he's a douche. But I
He
guess he's
doesn't
not
yell
now.
out the window, Lily, Lily.
I guess he's in his feelings. Lila talks to Emily. Tom wants to prove his love to Margot. Wants her to move back in. Iva and Lily talk. Lily says Holden and Emily aren't happy together. Um, Meg apologizes for a remark she made, which I guess I missed. I don't remember
Yeah,
what the
so
remark
she
was.
said. I'm trying to remember too, because there was something that Meg said to Lily, and Lily was like, "Go away, Meg."
Oh, okay.
It was like a few episodes ago, and I forgot. I forgot if it was the fourth or the episode after that. I think
Was
it might have been.
she making nice toward her just to like play with her? Because I was confused by that. Because Meg's not usually nice or would ever apologize to her.
I think it had
So I
something.
was like, is she up to something?
Yeah, that might be it. Because, by the way, like I recently saw. I don't know if you watched the As the World Turns Instagram page.
Sometimes, yeah.
So there was like, so at this point it's Marie Wilson as Meg and Noelle Beck as Lily. They were literally fighting, and I was like, this is 20 years in the making. So like,
That's
I'm
funny.
like waiting for them to like throw down, but knowing that like an official throwdown won't happen for another like what 20 years.
Well, that sucks.
I know. I'm waiting for them to throw down in the 80s. I will be surprised if they threw down. Like that would be the best.
The captain comes in and tells Margot and Tom and Hal is there that they are going to be on new cases tomorrow, so to put the James one to rest, which they all are kind of still secretly working on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Emily quit fashions to work with Tonio and Holden. That's all I really have from that episode. Do you have any more for that one?
I don't.
I feel like not much happened in that one.
No, it's the first
Um,
episode. We didn't have that much happening, is it?
well, just a lot of filler, I guess, like story.
Yeah.
Um, So, January 11th, 1988. I have a good amount for this one. Holden, I guess Lily, this is where Lily's over Emma's place, and Holden's there, and I guess they seem to be like bonding.
Yeah.
Um, Margot is on to, oh, Margot questions Emily about James's baby. Why wasn't Emily at the court for Babs? She's like, you're supposed to be her best friend, blah, blah, blah. Denise, we have this woman, Denise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is Denise in jail or is she a visitor?
I think
It
she's
seemed
in
like,
jail because just judging from like what they're wearing.
yeah, I thought so. And then how did like she came into the room like she was visiting, and but then they were like in their prison gear and like hanging out. So do we know who this Denise is? Is she just somebody from the past, or is she just
I
like
honestly don't know.
a newly created character for Babs to talk to in jail? I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
If you know
Holden
who
tells,
Denise is, comment below.
yeah. Holden tells his dumb feelings to Lily.
I like how you worded that.
Dusty gets over there, and I guess then they stop talking. Paul talks to Emily, thinks they should have told the cops about telling James that she was pregnant that night, but she doesn't think it's like important to the story. So she's like, I would trust me if it would have saved your mother. Of course, I would have done it. But she really doesn't see the point in telling them. um, Duncan asks Lisa to stay at the castle with Shannon overnight while he's out of town. I forget where. I think he was going to see Beatrice or something. He talked about it in one of the episodes. And to get that Colin to do the painting or whatever. I
Yeah.
wonder if this Colin's going to come back and actually do the painting.
I wonder if we're
I'm
gonna see Colin.
I'm very into this storyline because I want this ghost thing to be more than what it is right now.
Yeah.
I kind of want like Shannon to get possessed or something. I think that would be, but I don't
I
think
don't
it's going to
think that
go
will
that deep.
happen, but
It won't.
I just want to say that Duncan and Shannon are fun together. I can see why people
Yeah,
like.
they are. They have good chemistry. It's a shame they don't. They have like weak story
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It must have been frustrating for the actors, but maybe not because they're getting a paycheck. So maybe they're just like, who cares?
Hey, look, maybe they have outs. Who knows? It's New York because there was other shows taping in New York, or they could be on Broadway. You know.
Yeah, I don't know why Casey left, but he left town with, I guess, his cousin for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Lila and Margot talk about that. Paul goes off one time about Babs. Um, Holden and Seth talk. He says that the baby's not his. See, so he knows that the baby's James's, I'm pretty sure. Um, Lily is being kind of cold to Dusty. They fight about Holden. Um, Nick's still out there somewhere. Hal says to Paul, so he's like working on a case. He's still working on that for her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Denise warns Babs that the other inmates might be mean to her because she's rich. Of course, this always happens in 80s soaps and other things. Happened in Falcon Crest.
Yeah.
Season 3. Seth and Sabrina talk. He talks like he wants to have money to give her everything. She's like, I already have money. Don't worry about it. Of course, he's too proud to take her money because he's
Yeah,
what are they?
I would have been
Writers?
like, oh, start a publishing agency. I mean, publishing
What?
company for myself.
Wait,
Take that money. Yes. Oh yeah. Thanks, Sabrina.
why not? Build your own money
Why
and then
not?
pay her
Yeah,
back.
build
Or
your own. Yeah, because like nobody, no, and this is a total disrespect to Seth. No person will want to read that stupid book of his.
yeah,
And I never
right.
read that book because I know it's stupid.
I wouldn't want to read it.
No. And
Um,
also, one more thing about Seth. He debuted on my birth. So
on your birth.
yes, he debuted April 24th, 1986. So
Oh,
I'm
that's so
like,
funny.
that is so funny. I looked up on what was it, Soap Central, and I was like, what the hell?
You should be his best friend then. You should be his biggest champion.
Yeah, I should be liking this character, but I don't.
But I don't.
I do not like what he did to Franny. I do not like him with Sabrina.
Ugh.
I do not like Seth. I don't like Holden either. And that's
He's really not likable.
That's weird because I like Holden later. I don't know
Yeah,
when they melted out, but I know it's not 93. I don't like Holden either.
I'm curious to know if like when we will like Holden because I
Yeah.
don't, and it's been a year.
Did you like Holden when you saw him in the later years? Like, were you not? I don't mean like love him, like not care about him. I mean, were you like
He bored me. I fast forwarded him to be honest with you in later years. I thought I don't know, he just bored me for some reason. So I guess he went from being a dickhead to boring. So
yeah,
um Lila and Margot talk about Casey not being able to have kids because I guess she's thinking that she can't have kids, but I guess she does have a surprise baby soon, hopefully.
yeah.
Um, Tom wants the case to remain open. He talks to the attorney general, so Babs has a chance of, like, I guess, retrial. I'm not really sure. Lily opens up to
I guess.
Dusty. I actually like this stuff, Lily opening up to Dusty about Holden, because she actually was pretty honest with him, and he was honest right back. Sorry, my cat is screaming, and it's probably
I
gonna.
heard him.
I'm gonna have to scare him out of here in a minute. Shannon brings up Duncan's ancient curse to Lisa. The lights end up going out, and we have the picture of Margaret, and then the candle goes out as well. She's like, "Do you believe it now?" The spooky stuff, because Lisa doesn't really believe it, but I think she might be a little bit tweaked by this now.
Yeah.
Emily brings up, oh, when she's talking to Holden, she's like, "Do you think the baby's James? Like, is that why you're acting weird?" Tom puts on like him and Margot's, I guess, Whitney Houston wedding song. Margot comes in and she brings her clothes back in, like she's gonna move back in their room. I don't know. Did they have their own place, or I know she was staying with Lila. Is Tom staying with Lila and Casey too?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't either because she was gonna bring like her clothes back in the room. So I'm like, I don't know how big their place is. I guess it's big enough to hold his family. 'Cause Casey's whole family was there for the
Yeah.
wedding.
Casey's old friend was there. Well,
That's all we got.
well, barely, because remember Casey and Lyle had to sleep on the couch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
True. I guess then everybody else had like sleeping bags. Um, yeah, like I feel like the drama's not like heightened, but I guess it's just story building right now.
Yeah, also probably
Um,
because of New Year's, it was probably a little. They probably have to like slow things down a little bit, just
yeah,
for people to celebrate, I guess.
I always feel like you should rev up at like Christmas because that's when people are on break. But I guess they don't want to rev up because maybe they think that people aren't going to watch the soaps. I don't know what the ratings were back then for holiday weeks or anything, but I know I don't miss my stories on holidays, so
No, I definitely catch my stories on when I have days off, so which includes
right.
Christmas and New Year's. So
So, um, yeah, there's nothing too exciting. I'm curious to know what this Margaret stuff is. Um, I guess Babs will be in jail for a while because it doesn't seem like anything's really coming to light. Everybody's looking into things, can't find this Nick who is possibly dead. I mean, we did see him burn, I think,
well, we saw him
but
burn. I guess he stopped, dropped, and
but we
rolled
saw but
all
we
the
saw James.
PSAs.
Yeah, we saw James burn too, though I thought, but I don't know. I want a whole I want a whole episode dedicated to this night, though. I want to see everything that everybody's talking about happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Meg was up to the house and went away, and all of this crazy shit, like Tonio
All
and
the puzzle pieces be put together.
right. Like I feel like 7 people went there to kill the man, and only one actually did. That's
Mm-hmm.
almost why I feel like he did it himself. Like set it up himself somehow.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. The Dustin Holden Lily drama, I'm not really into. I do like that Dusty and Lily are talking to each other because that's communication is key in relationships.
Ding.
And he knows that she has feelings for her. Dusty knows that she has feelings for Holden.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still all out there. I don't know what's going to happen with Emily and Holden with the baby stuff. Um,
I mean, I know. I don't know if the baby's gonna survive this, but I want to know
right,
how we get there.
right, because right now she's got to be at least 4 months along, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this was like October, we knew she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Um, when is Sabrina and Franny leaving?
Yeah.
I feel like
Are they leaving in '88?
I think so, but then we get new ones. You had said,
I think it's like a year or two before they come in.
hmm,
Well, at least for Franny. For what is her name? I forgot her name. Mary Ellen Stewart, I think is the new Franny.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's gonna
she
be
was.
weird to have a new Franny and Sabrina that aren't twins.
Yeah, but they kind of look alike.
Oh, okay.
They kind of look alike. I mean, but I know that Franny is a major player in the early '90s.
I
But and
wish
then
she didn't know
Sabrina,
that.
yeah, and then Sabrina. Well, not maybe like second tier, I guess, main characters.
Okay.
It's like she has a major storyline in the '90s. I know the Franny does, but like the early '90s.
I want to see more Lila and Casey. We're not seeing enough of them. They're very backburnered. Um,
Me too, because I want to know when she gets pregnant with Katie. I want to see all that.
hmm I want to see. I love seeing Margot because Hillary B. Smith just kills it for me.
Oh,
She's
she
just the
does.
best.
I loved her as Nora on One Life to Live, so that just makes my love for Hillary
I
B. Smith.
I actually yeah, same. I did like her as Nora too, but I actually like her more as Margot, believe it or not.
I like her a lot as Margot too. Yeah.
And I've only seen her, that one year, the '87. Um, Yeah, she's just a good character.
We got a few more years with her.
Oh, good. Who else is there? Even Lucinda. I feel like Lucinda's kind of back burner too. Like, I know this stuff with the
John
company,
is
but
too.
yeah, John is too. I don't know. I just
But I
feel
guess
like
he's kind of reintroducing Susan to the campus, like because
true.
she works in Memorial, I think, as a nurse.
Yeah, it seems like Susan's gonna come in and be like a nudge to somebody because she's very bitchy.
I like Susan.
I
like her
don't mind
rivalry.
her.
I like her rivalry with Kim in the later years, but I'm not going to say
Oh,
why there's a rivalry.
oh, good.
I'm not
Sounds
going to
good
say.
to me.
But
And where's this pattern show? I feel like we only seen like
where
one
patterns
show.
go? I know that happens for a long time, but I'm
It's
guessing
funny 'cause they don't even talk about it.
you don't talk about patterns.
We saw like the one episode, and that was it. I'm like, oh. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully, we have a lot of it because I forget what we have in 1988.
Yeah, the only thing I know for sure is that I think who is the other Snyder? Caleb and Ellie, I think, premiere in
Oh
'88.
yeah,
I think
you
I know.
did warn
I
me
know for a
about
fact
them.
Caleb does, but I forgot to look up when Ellie premieres. But I know that there are 2 Snyders that we have left.
Yay!
A part of the main family, and then like in the '90s, they just do like, oh, by the way, there are these cousins that are that
Oh geez.
nobody talked about, and it's Brad and Jack. Jack, who is Brad.
Oh, okay. But they don't come till the 90s, right?
No, they don't come to like the mid to late '90s.
But we have a very long time to go
Very long time.
through. Well, that's all I got for the episodes. I'm excited to see more. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we'll see. The
Yeah.
stories continue.
And I also just wonder when Angel comes on. I know she comes on soon, but I don't know what year.
I never even knew of an angel.
No, I don't think. Wait, I don't think you. I don't think you saw the one promo I saw. So.
Probably not.
No, okay. So that was or was that when we saw Sheila? I forgot. But anyway, let's wrap this up. Thank you everybody for watching our coverage of As the World Turns now in 1988. As always, you can like, comment, or subscribe to our video. Well, first like, comment, subscribe to our video. And then you can follow us on all the socials at Queers and Soaps, including Patreon. And have a good day, night, or whenever
Bye,
you're
everyone.
watching this.